angles because they fall in the first. All right. What do you want to use? This one's pretty easy. 30 and 45. All right. So we have to come over here and we have to do a little bit of work. Doesn't matter if you put 30 plus 45, 45 plus 30, it's the same thing. So let's look at 30 degree. Terminal point for the 30 degree angle is root 3 over 2, 1/2. Do you guys agree with that? Because I'm dealing with fractions, if you do the bracket thing, this is very easy for you. Y'all know my brain doesn't work that way. So I'm going to go here, sine divided by cosine. I'm going old school. You with me? I just took the sine value divided by the cosine, and now I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, which gives me 1 over root 3, rationalize, and I get root 3 over 3. Okay? And then the 45 degree angle. This one's easy because this one's easy to remember. But folks, if I take sine divided by cosine, something divided by itself, what is that number? 1. Okay? That one ends up being easy. I want to use 45 all I can. Now, come back up here. Let's fill in the equation. I chose 30 plus 45. So my equation should say tangent 30 plus tangent 45 over 1 minus tangent 30 tangent 45. Do you guys agree with that? Good. Here we go. Fill in the values. Tangent of 30 is root 3 over 3 plus 1 divided by 1 minus the product of root 3 over 3 times 1. Now, if you don't follow order of operations, this is going to bite you. Okay? Anything times 1 is itself. So now, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to old school. I have my numerator divided by my denominator. You guys cool with that? I'm just going old school on this. And then I'm adding fractions in essence. So I've got root 3 over 3 plus 3 over 3. Yes? Divided by 3 over 3 minus root 3 over 3. Everybody cool with that? And now I'm going to smush them together. Root 3 plus 3 over 3. I'm going to go on and flip it. 3 over 3 minus 3. Y'all with me? I skipped a step. This is a big deal. Ooh, I skipped a step. Now what? Say it again. Cancel my 3's. Yeah, we can. Now we get to this part. And I have this binomial in the bottom that happens to have a radical in it. What now? This is what you have to remember from Algebra 2. What do you have to multiply by? 3 plus root 3. What is that, Dante? What's that called? Anybody remember? It's the conjugate. Very good. That's the conjugate. Now, what am I really multiplying by? I'm really multiplying by 1. And I'm doing this because I'm kind of using this value to change the way that denominator looks, which is fine. The thing you have to remember, folks, is we've got to FOIL this out, okay? Root 3 times 3 is 3 root 3. Root 3, let me do that in a different color. Here, root 3 times root 3 is what? Plain old 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times root 3 is 3 root 3. Right on? What about the bottom? What's that look like? That's a difference of squares. So what's going to happen to those middle terms when I FOIL it out? They're going to cancel out, and then 3 times 3 is 9. Negative root 3 times positive root 3 is negative 3. You with me? This is a beast. The trig part's the easy part. The algebra 2 part's because you have to be so particular. Okay? Now, all we're doing is simplifying. I've got to combine my like terms. What's 3 root 3 plus 3 root 3? 6 root 3, isn't it? And then 9 plus 3 is 12 over 6, yes? Now, depending upon who you had for Algebra 2, I think Gammons teaches you just to reduce through every term. I taught you guys to do what? Take out the GCF, okay? It doesn't matter how you solve it. We're all doing the same thing, okay? What I've just done, though, now I've got my 6's canceled, and I have root 3 plus 2. You could have had 2 plus root 3, and it's the same thing, okay? Questions at all? Facile or difficile? It's on 2 little tangent problems. We've already done one. So let's do this. Tangent of 105. I want you to find the exact value of tangent of 105. What kind of numbers do we want to add together, subtract? 60 and 45. I agree with you. You may already have somewhere on your paper all of that pre-work for both of those angles, and if you do, that's fine. I don't on this sheet of paper. So my terminal point for 60 is 1/2 root 3 over 2, and now I have to find its tangent value, which is sine divided by cosine, which ends up being root 3. Is that right? You bracket people, is that right? Okay. Then 45. I already know that the tangent of 45 from the problem we just got finished is 1. I already know that. You guys down with that for not doing the pre-work? Y'all okay with that? Because y'all don't do it no way. Get the right formula. 60. Tangent of 60 plus tangent of 45 over 1 minus tangent 60, tangent 45. Well, I didn't really go over tangent yesterday, so I'm just going to go over tangent today. This problem and one more, if that's all right. And then we have 2 more little dinky problems. Just 4 examples, that's all. Can you handle that? You just have 4, that's all. Okay? Here we go. What's tangent of 60? It's all already over there. Root 3 plus 1 over 1 minus root 3 times 1. Folks, please follow order of operations. Don't make a careless mistake. Holy moly. 1 minus root 3. Well, hello. What do we do? Say what? Conjugate. Yeah, multiply by the conjugate. 1 plus root 3 over 1 plus root 3. And then we FOIL that out. And we get root 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus root 3 over 1 minus 3. Y'all down with that? Combine like terms. 2 root 3 plus 4 over negative 2. Y'all following me? I'm going to factor out because I like to factor out the number. And somebody said last block, they said, Ms. Perry, is that negative symbol? It's that floating negative thing, right? And I said, yeah, because those of you who've had me in class for probably way too much time, you've heard me talk about that floating negative. A negative symbol can float to the top in the numerator. It can go straight to the middle, or it can be at the bottom, but it can never be where? It can never be both places, okay? 2's cancel. I would just leave it like this. Negative quantity. If you wanted to just take away all of the parentheses, then you could write negative root 3 minus 2. Either one of these two would be acceptable. Okay? Questions at all? Facile? What do you have to make sure? If you choose angles, write this down. If you choose angles that are not Q1 angles, why do you have to beware? Beware, watch your signs, your SIGN signs. Okay? Please make a note of that in your notes. Pardon me? Well, I want you to write it in there again. It's not going to hurt us. Questions at all? Awesome. All right, let's change gears. You ready to change gears a little bit? I don't need to go over that again. We are going to change gears. When you're given, something's going to change here. When you're given built-in equations and you're told to find that exact value again, Debbie's not here. Dang it. So, find the exact value of the expression. Here's what it's going to look like. This is why it is so important to have your formulas correct on your card. What's this look like? This looks like the addition of sine. How do you know? Because you're looking at your card. This looks like the left side or the right side of that card. It looks like the right side of your card. Now look, if we think of 20 as being S and 40 being T, okay, then you need to think, which formula does this match up with? And you've already said that it's the sine addition formula, right? Now watch the way this is going to play out. Folks, what we're doing is working backwards, okay? Sine of what? What's my S? 20. My T is 40, which means we're finding the sine of a 60-degree angle, which is what? And how do I even begin to find it? What is it? Well, 60-degree angle, what's that terminal point? 1/2 root 3 over 2, isn't it? What's your sine value? No, we're done. This is the answer. Did I find the sine of the 60-degree angle? Right? That's it. I dig that too. Right? That's so easy, oh my Lord. Any questions? Isn't it just working backwards? Here's another one. Everybody got it? Last one. I better write this. I'll try to. Cosine 10, cosine 20, subtract. Sine 10, sine 20. You see what you can... I know, it's like a Christmas tree. You guys said addition. So that means cosine of 10 plus 20 which is cosine of 30. My ordered pair is root 3 over 2, 1/2. Hello, what's my cosine value? Root 3 over 2. How many of you had that as your answer? Questions at all? No? You ready for this? Seriously, look at the clock. I'm just saying. Just saying. Here we go. Again with the interruptions, because I'm sure my class will be interrupted again since this is during lunch.